Okay. Hello. Yes. Hello. 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 Okay, it's fine. Surely. Hello? Hello. Just give me a second. Hello. Hello? Okay. Hello. Hello. Great. Finally. So, if you haven't been watching, a whole lot of things have been happening. But first, what better way to restart this off than with a minion 24-hour collection check? So, yes, this was delayed for that. Apart from everything else, so if you haven't noticed so far, there's definitely been a change in my minion setup. Definitely got a lot more farming minions. As slime minions was, with their corrupt soil, that strategy was taken out completely. So now we only have 2 magma minions, since that was also taken out during that time. The NPC sell coin went down 20 times, so it's no longer worth it overall. That's the main point, right? I must have caught it right at the right time then. I only have 1. I got these new minions, which I've also run spreadsheets on for the fuel, and I don't think that'll be too necessary in the near future. But it is important to note that I have put in the effort there. I'll give a final rundown of everything later, but that's all the current minions currently going on. I got a bat spawner here for the Bat Husband, which made good profit. Quite a bit of good profit, in fact. Anyway, to go over everything, we got Skyblock 360. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go directly because I was 1 level off, believe it or not. And the new fishing update just came out, so it skyrocketed my level up. You wouldn't believe it. To start this off, what better way to show you that? As for the island updates, we'll start with island updates. So the floor, I think that's basically the same, but other than that, I do have that. I got a portal, teleporty thing. I placed down got all the cakes. We got two new cakes added on, plus the cake of the New Year event, with the new seal event. Apart from that, there's not too much I remember. As for my ratings, it's been a long time since I've done this, so for ratings, I'm top 9,536 of the 11 million people. Apart from the guide, we got 99 99%. Okay, I don't have the salmon hat. I don't know what that. I got starter 99, amateur 97.5, intermediate 94, skilled 91.5%, expert 79.3%, professional 60%, and in-game 36.9%. So I would hazard to say that I'm, at the very least, past the late game, if not very late game, and technically even end game here. As for everything else we'll get into, skills. So, top 33,000 in combat of 28 million, 34,000 in farming, which is 10,000 in fishing, which shows that I am in fact a master fisher, 6,000 in mining, or top 5,000 I guess, 100,000 in forging, 58,000 in enchanting, alchemy I'm top 15,000, carpentry I'm top 8,000, rune crafting I'm top 31,000, taming I'm top 18,000, and that's only because I can't get the other pets most likely, and I haven't been buying them because they're very expensive, I think. And I'm top 2,000 in social still, which is great. Dungeoneering, I'm catacombs 33, 70.4% of the way to floor 6, with 26 healer, 26 mage, berserk 27, archer 28, and tank 32 as I go in that 900. These are all my essence. Not sure how much that matters, but I have it. Collections. Here's all my farming collections, all of them still in the green. Mining collection, my obsidian is 648. I can't tell if that's higher or lower, but it does seem to be a bit higher, I think, since last time. Combat. Everything but chili peppers, though I do have the chili pepper collection still. Dark oak wood is the only one that isn't in the green. Fishing, it's quite doing well with the lily pads and normal fishing things. Rift collection, I have all the things in Rift collection, except for that, since I have not done the full Rift yet, and we'll get to that later. Got actual amounts of each one of these, including Professor, all these. Done a few Kudras, so that's all my current run-ins with them. As for, I have 127 mil in my bank. I have 160 mil in my bank. I have 127 mil in my purse. I've had up to 3.9 million bits, so basically halfway in fame, as far as I can tell. So I'm in an Itachi. I got all of them. I got most of the minions. other than Sand Minion, as I've actually recently switched to Berserk, to the Barbarians. And as far as my reputation goes, I'm 38 million last time I checked in Mage and 1.5k in Barbarian reputation. Check out my minions and how much they generated. It doesn't actually say, does it? My longest running minion. So, Snow Minion with at least 20 million. Some of these are less than. That's probably the top one. We got the new tier upgraded for the minions. There's my Abbey phone. I've got a few more of the newer Abbey phone contacts, but other than that, still got the max relays. My pets got favorites here, but I got a few of each type of pet here. And the only ones that aren't maxed out are Phoenix, Ocelot, Hedgehog, Spinosaurus, Ankylosaurus, Penguin, Owl, Hedgehog, Ocelot, and then there's a few others. So I got all the pets done. I got a few new sacks in my sack of sacks. And I turned some of them off on the selling, so you only see 142 mil as far as I'm concerned, right? So I turned some of that off from the sacks, but finally got the farming, enchanted farming, so I can do all that with inside the enchanted thing. My wardrobe is basically. So I got my mining armor is no longer maxed out. However, it's just not maxed out with the new powder stuff. But other than that, it was maxed out at the time. And we got the perfect gemstones in the chest plate, my armor, my combat armor, archer armor. Mastiff is still the same. So Sorrow, got Godor. Had to remove thorns and all that. We got Necron. We got the Reaper armor. We got all these ones that you know about. Do not have the upgraded Jade. Got Werewolf. Got Ancient Reaper. Necromancer. So all that, and then we got it all. My stats here, not sure how much that means, but I just got the stats there. My accessory bag. So we got all these accessories with a magic power that's at least 30. So then we go through all here. It's filled up, though not all of them are currently active. And all of that gives me 1379 magic power. My quiver, my potion bag, it's all fairly standard stuff. I finally got the bottom of the gyring. A museum value. So I'm at milestone 18 here. Almost at palatial rank, but I don't have that yet. I got a 1.07 billion museum worth, top 11,509 Skyblock. As you can see, a bunch of these weapons are maxed out, and we'll get to that later. So it goes something like this. The current placings of the museum. All my special items are here, including a bunch of cake souls from YouTubers. And then to go through my storage, right? So here's all my storage. It's my mostly used items. As you can tell, here is just very powerful, lots of expensive, useful page in the ender chest. Got the carnival tickets, cake souls, summoning ring, stonks and stonks, mechanic vial, bunch of high price stuff. You know how that one works. All my equipment is here. All the tools are in here. Here's miscellaneous. The Infernal Demon Slayer, which I finally got Enderman Slayer 7, so now I have, well, we'll get to the Slayers now that I think about it. We got the full bobbin time for a single armor set, if you want to call it that. We got a bunch more Hemoglass than what was probably last time. All the dungeon with, I actually dropped 4 Master Stars, which was kind of interesting. I haven't sold them. 2 freaking Bobby Layers, a bunch of Legion books, and I was doing my dungeon runs. Got some summoning eyes here, got a bunch of small brains, a bunch of challenging rods from the update, where all my rods disappeared. Unfortunate, you know. Kudra keys are still going probably at the same size. On my farming tools, as far as farming goes, I got a bunch of the past bestiaries, so that's done. I'm basically 1 upgrade off of getting that max farming fortune there. The Jacob tickets, you know what I mean. My second inventory of tools. Here is convinced mementos for when I upgrade the composter on the garden. A bunch of miscellaneous ranked items, which, by the way, really happy on my position. Let me check. So 16,000, 2,000 there, 8,000. So it's like 13,000 is the highest I got there. My Spooky Pie, I've done a lot of Spooky Pie events, but my top rank I think is 125 with 8,000 candy score here. Other than that, that is the top there. So I'm pretty good at that event now. Really good. In fact, got a bunch of these chocolate dyes, got a bunch of Art of the Wars ready, and a bunch of this chocolate mix-in as well ready for when I need it. Got a bunch of discs, which you've noticed around, but those are also needed, because you'll need it for the Fine Flower event. All the drops from Slayer 7 as well as Slayer 6 before in the earlier. Right here for Spider Slayer, Spider Slayer and Revenant Slayer. Here are all the mining gemstones for everything that I was going to be mining with, so that's basically all that for mining. And then, other than that, there's What was I gonna show next? My personal vault has at least all of this. So a bunch of stuff. You know, the average. Keeping it all locked tight. All my chests. A bunch of minions. In this little section. Just your average stuff here. A few things there. All the event items are in here, the unique event items. Potions in there. A bunch of cosmetics for the chain. Minions, cosmetics, no minions, then the rest is your cosmetics. Apart from that, I maxed out part of the mountain, and I'm pretty high on powder. So yeah, I got about 8 million mithril powder, 11 million gemstone powder for around 5 million glaciate powder, and this is basically my tree. Or garden. My garden has stayed relatively the same, although I have been clearing out pests over time. So I do have access to that. Apart from that, my composter, we got the 260 speed, 57 drop, all of them, by the way, do not require copy anymore, so I can just sell that whenever I get it, which is good. That was the entire point, right? I got all the diamonds in all the contests. I did the seal event first time. I think I got everything necessary from that. I got Revenant Slayer 9 with 59% to Warden Heart. I got Tarantula all the way maxed. I got Sven to 7. I got Voidloom to 7. I got Riftstalker to 3, and Infernal Demon Lord to 3 for the minion. And then I should have the materials for the Terminator. So I did most of the obsidian mining before it got nerfed, so I do have all the things worth obsidian right now. And I've actually done it. Believe it or not, I'm actually wearing mage armor because I finally did it. I have the bladed Necron Scroll weapon. The Hyperion, basically. But it's an Astrea, because I do tank, but I finally got it. And it took so long, and I bought it all. I bought it all. I got the weapon. I did it all. And now I have it. And let me tell you, it is worth it currently, and it's still worth it, and it's definitely worth it, especially in its use. It's like great. Cannot recommend it enough. But also 1.8 billion. The rest of it is just gonna be like Golden Dragon. You'll get that at some point. You can just like buy that and then start pet leveling it. That's like, now that I got this weapon, it's like, well, I'm going for Claymore, but like, now what though? Like, I got it. It's clear that I clearly got my Chocolate Factory maxed out by now. If you didn't, then you're kind of but like 408 out of 508, I'm missing 100 there. So like, what is there left? There isn't really anything left, so apart from everything else, but now it's finally time to check out everything. So, the last thing I can think of. So, like, here's all the separate stats, right? We got the effects. I mean, I got the mixins. So, here I am on my tasks. So, you know, 87% there on core. We got 92% on event. Like 60% on dungeon. 49% essence. 59% slayers, you know. Then 83.1% on skill, because I obviously do got skill though, right? And then we got like 66% miscellaneous, and then 85% on rift. So it's all like, that's clearly there, right? And then finally we can like look over like skills. Like I got the skills, right? One dungeon thing. The rest of them leveling. Of course that makes sense, right? We got the slayers. And then the achievement. So none of that's like, we all know that, right? Got the spook gift. Fishing expert with is what I'm currently running with 83. So we're just missing here summon hat. There, that is done. Summon mask, hotspot radar. Then that'll be done. Much of that. Rift. A bunch of perks. The final helm piece. Then that'll be done. Forging. Scavenger ring. Minions and chocolate rabbits, and then that'll be done after all that, of course. And I already have all that except for spotlight. Going through here, it's a bit more. Haven't done the dungeon at all, but like I could just like buy a bunch of these to get it done. And then it's just a bunch of essence tasks at the end. It's just like you get your skill up, all that goes. And then all my achievements. Not sure if this is a leak or anything, but whatever. I got these achievements done, apart from the nucleus, which I was gonna start doing and finish that, get 100 on there. Usually you get the Devon Ally by dropping it, hopefully. Then reaching 35. Forging, I mean, I was gonna get those at some point, right? And then all the rest of the tiers would be done, right? Counting achievements, I mean, it's not even like, don't got the black belt because like I can't do that for some reason. And then you go through all here. Do not have a maxed out Enigma cloak. Of course not. Do not have the Seal of the Family, although I was working up to that. The prices would be far too great though. Defeat the tier 5, I've not done that. Although I might be able to do that in like a million years. And then we got a bunch of secret achievements. So like, who cares? Do not have a wooden singularity on a GR sword yet. That's just wasting money. Do not have either of those for obvious reasons. It's not too much explanatory. Catacombs 40, don't have that yet. And yeah, that's basically everything. Right? So I just gotta get my money back. I got my cookies. I mean, my cookie duration is like 177 days, so I don't even... It's just like... I think that's everything, right? So I've gone through this entire game, and this is how far I've gone. Absolutely insane. As far as my opinion on the entire game, because I'm not gonna go back, and I've gotten the Hyperion, which is what I've wanted, basically, and now that I have this, I mean, what's the point of actually actively playing? I'm certainly not gonna do too much anymore. I mean, I've done it, like, I've been in the game, like, this is, all I needed was just this now, and doing the mini bosses on the Crimson Isles, well, I mean, there's like Kudra, but then I think I've spent enough time is basically what I'm saying. Take a look at my playtime, by the way. So yeah. I mean, I've gotten like the best in a while, and I think it's very clear I've done enough, right? Bestiary. So, almost Bestiary 24. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 million to claim once the XP mare comes, just to get the extra XP to level up. My pet's most likely gonna be definitely an Alpen at some point. I mean, look at some of these bestiaries, it's just like... I've done fishing, I mean, what else is there to say? Done fishing, farming, gonna do the garden here soon. I'll be maxed out. Got the spider den, of course, from all my spiders. And then all the mining and then, like, all that, I mean, that's it, like, I think, right? I haven't, okay, so, I haven't gone past the vampire time charm, if you know what that means, but I got everything before there. That's where I stopped. My dojo. I'm like 600 off, 300 off from Brown. I might be able to do this at some point, but yeah, this is basically it. I've gone however much all this is, and it's just, I've done it all. So yeah, I think this is gonna be it. Hopefully we'll be moving on to a bunch of higher quality content. So yeah, that's gonna be it. I've done it all, basically.